And so it all comes down to this. Not only the final episode of this short spin-off series, but also the final video of the FM22 cycle. Will we go out as the world champions with France? Or does it end in tears? Let's find out. Welcome back everybody to episode 5 and the final episode of the series of the French Files. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's episode we have the biggest game of the entire FM22 cycle for me, the FIFA World Cup final. France are playing against old adversaries Spain. Now, obviously since the last episode there's not actually been any games, of course. Well, for us anyway. There has, however, been the third place playoff, which I know no one really cares about, but just to be completionist in the whole thing, Italy did finish in third place. The team that we did, well, the nation that we beat in the semi-finals, they finished ahead of Norway, who finishes fourth. But today is all about who will be the world champion, Spain or France. We do have previous with Spain in this save. You guys obviously haven't seen it. I did. But they did beat us in the Nations League final back in 2029. Of course, remember this is the 2030 World Cup, so we're well into the future here. But Spain did beat us. They have previous against us, but it was a very close match, and it is one that I do feel where we didn't play our best. But nowadays we try and take the game to our opponents that much more. So what I'm hoping for is something a lot different today, something that resembles what we've been doing in this entire tournament, how we've been playing, and that is a lot of attacking football, and that is what you guys have seen. A lot of goals except for the semi-final, but of course as you get towards the end of the tournament it gets that much tighter. So having said that, this is going to be the 11 we are going to be sending out. It's going to be Mike in goal, a back four of Hernandez back from suspension, Bernard, Upamecano and the returning Kalulu after being tired in the semi-final. Camavinga and semi-final match winner Kakare will be starting. Guri on the left wing, Houssem Aouar in attacking midfield, and Lemar on the right wing. Odsonne Edouard up front. The biggest name missing from this 11, and I'm not particularly proud of this, is Kylian Mbappe. The scorer of 6 goals in this entire tournament so far. The only reason I'm not starting him is because we do need him for later on in the game, or most likely we'll need him for later on in the game. Especially if it's very tight, or if we're chasing the game, or if we end up going to extra time. If we do that, we are going to need the biggest game player on the planet playing for us in that scenario. Of course, there are a lot of tired legs in this squad now, including our centre-backs. Every single one of our centre-backs are all tired. Upamecano, Bernard, who are starting but they're tired, Tia Grand, and who else? Fofana and Nyanzu are also tired as well. Gregory Haro unfortunately got sent off in the semi-final when it was 0-0 before we ended up winning it very late. So unfortunately he misses out on the biggest game of probably his entire career, which is a shame. But his contribution on us getting to the final will always be noted. And he'll probably still pick up a medal anyway if we do win the whole thing, so it's fine. Let's just make sure we go and do the business. This is the biggest game of many of these players' careers, and for some players might be the last big match of their entire career. I'm talking about those players who are in their 30s. For Spain, of course, they've got players such as Fati, Diaz. I didn't actually see who else was in that starting lineup. Whoops, we'll have a look anyway when the game actually kicks off. But here they come now. Should be noted, we are playing at Wembley, which you would have seen in the background for my intro. We are on my home turf, effectively, for this match, just as we were for the semi-finals, so it's got a bit of a special meaning, even more of a special meaning for me. Who have Spain actually got in their squads? I think it's just behind? No, you can see it. You can see it behind my head. Gavi is playing, Ansu Fati, Brahim Diaz, Julio Lopez. Some of these I'm going to guess are probably Nugens. I don't want to annoy the Football Manager community with what I've just called them. But some of the players are obviously going to know, the likes of Angelino, Gavi, Marcos Llorente, Fati, Diaz. They're all recognisable. Unai Simon. Yeah, it's a pretty strong Spain squad, and there's a reason why they're the reigning Nations League champions. I know no one cares about the Nations League, but it does show you who is one of the strongest in Europe. Because obviously once you get to the semi-finals and the final, you are going to start to put your best foot forward. Upamecano already needs to come off. That's a bit of a problem. So does Gregoire Bernard. Oh god. That's both our centre-backs. Oh, well done, Goury. He is tired himself, but we needed him to play that ball. And Lamar with a shot over the bar. I mean, he's got a better shot than, what's his name? Romain Favre, who in the semi-final had so many shots, but they were just so weak. Theo wins the ball back, plays it forward to Goury. Who's in the box? Absolutely no one. Plays it to Camavinga. Into Goury. Have a shot, man. It is blocked. Should have just played it into the middle. Kalulu. Kakare, Awa, Edouard, Lamar. Lamar scores from range! Such a good goal, and I'm so happy we rested him in the semi-final. We needed someone like that to just stick the ball in the back of the net. He has 7 assists in this tournament. I don't even know how many goals he has as well, because he's done that, I'm sure, a couple of times now. But he has been, apart from Mbappe, he has been the real MVP of this squad. Shout out to Kakare for the semi-final winner, by the way. But that has just given us the edge just about going into half-time. We are 1-0 up. Make sure we see things out. No, we're not going to do that. Let's not mention that. Let's try and keep a lid on expectations. Well done on controlling possession. That's what we want. Yes, that is what we want, because we have possession. Spain can't do anything. Let's just make 1 or 2 changes. Where's Camavinga? There he is. We want to just play some simple passing with him. I'm also very aware I have high tempo on as well, which is obviously going to wear down my squad more. I do feel I will be taking that off as we go through the second half. Oh my god, my defenders are still tired. And there is the equaliser. I'm going to have to bring on 1 or 2 central defenders because they're shattered. Horrendously shattered. I don't want to see that. We all know it was a corner that went in. Let's see who's going to actually have to come off. Upamecano has to be. Tio Grand is going to come on. I mean, I didn't mean to click on his attributes, but there we go. At least you can see just how good he is and how important he is going to be for us. Our front line is also shattered as well. Let's see if we can try and last a bit longer with them before we bring Mbappe on. A decently fresh Mbappe it will be as well. And I was actually about to click to bring him on. We'll bring him on after this highlight, Goury. It will be Goury who'll be coming off as well. Camavinga, who loves to do a back pass like that. I've seen him do that a few times in this tournament. As the ball is just lumped forward. In fact, what I am going to do, as Lopez is through here. Oh, just off the post. Goury is going to come off. Where's Mbappe? Yep, Mbappe is going to come on for Goury. It was behind my head, but it's a nice little shortcut, isn't it? I like that shortcut in FM22 where you can just quickly take a player off. We are going to have to shore up the midfield a little bit. Oh, Kakare. God, he needs to actually come off. Chouameni. Yeah, Chouameni is going to come on because Kakare is on a booking. So is Hernandez. But I don't really want to be taking him off yet. If we get to extra time, then I will. Right, let's just encourage the boys. Let's bring the tempo down a bit because we're almost broken up front. Spain, I don't know how these other nations are managing to keep their players fresher than us. And oh god, that ball was just bouncing around in the area. Lamar had the shot, but it just goes wide. And we are into extra time for the first time in this tournament. Camavinga's been having a poor performance in the attacking end. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to swap him and Chouameni around. Let's have a look. There we go. Try and keep the players motivated. Chouameni is going to go into that central midfield role. Camavinga can be the ball-winning midfielder. I don't know where that's going to go. Oh god. Hernandez can't really go off for anyone, can he? Simakan. I mean, Alwa has to stay on because obviously Hero is not around. Who could we even bring on? I'm not bringing on Favre. Let's bring on Simakan. I know Kalulu's played well, but he is absolutely shattered. I say that, so is my entire defence. My entire squad, just overall. But we need someone who's fresh to just take this game by the scruff of the neck and just drag us to a World Cup success. Shomeni, Edouard, Awa, into Lamar, finish it! Oh, he's finished it! He scores! It's 2-1! The keeper spills the ball, parries it, but it wasn't enough, and Lamar gets onto the end, and he puts us 2-1 ahead. We're just going to drop back to a positive. We're only 93 minutes in. We've still got the other 27 to play. Yeah, that was poor by their keeper, but who cares? Lamar with his second of the game. Possibly a World Cup winning goal? Oh, heavens. What do we do from here? Just keep things the same, apart from being on positive? We have no more substitutions. We've obviously just made that final substitution. They've swapped around a few players. I mean, there's absolutely no one fresh left on our team except for Simakan and Shwameni. Oh god, both our squads are just completely depleted at this point. The tempo has been turned down as well. I'm not wasting time yet because that's just inviting trouble. I'm saying that we've got 10 minutes left. If we get to a few minutes left, 2-1 up, then I will start wasting a little bit of time. Go on, play it out, play it out. Bernard. Spain trying to press so much. Shomeni, who is like the freshest player, and that's not saying much considering he is tired. Well done, Bernard. Alwa. Both teams are just shattered. Mbappe is injured. I don't care. Edouard! 3-1! Shut up, ref. That is not offside. That is not offside. Ref? Oh, come on. Referee. What a view, by the way. Okay, I've just zoomed out and I've just seen he is just offside. That is quite unlucky. We are going to start wasting time, though. We are going to start wasting a bit of time. And we are about a minute away from potentially, you know what, we're doing all the game management. We're doing all of it. We are doing the whole damn lot. The whole 9 yards. Have we got a success in us? Yes, we do! Yes, we are the world champions! What a way to go out in FM22. Okay, I know people are going to say, it's France, you should be winning it. Who cares? I've never won the World Cup in FM. Says how many times I've actually managed an international team. But absolutely well done. The world champions of 2030 are France. Fantastic. I'm not trying to clap too loud, by the way. My microphone is literally just there. But what a way to go out. Thomas Lemar, the match saviour. Anyway, did we bring on Mbappe? Yeah, we did. We did bring on Mbappe. Apart from that disallowed goal, he didn't really do too much. But in the end, it was the Thomas Lemar show. So well done to these boys. All of them. Even Gregory Horo, who was suspended for this match. Congratulations. I'm happy with the performance. Enjoy your success. Yeah, enjoy the success. Get the champagne out. Get everything out. And I've got the achievement. On top of the world. I've lifted the World Cup. What is that one, by the way? Is that to win the World Cup? Yeah. On top of the world. You have won the World Cup. 5.1% of players have this achievement. Ah, I've done something the vast majority of people have never done. In this version of the game, anyway. Oh, France lift the World Cup. France expects, France delivers. There you go. Mbappe, go and have a break, man. Who cares? Benitez was their manager. I just beat Rafa Benitez. Fantastic. Optimistic for the future, as they should be. They're pleased that the FA pleased that we won the World Cup. They want to thank you for the hard work. They're confident this victory will be a fantastic boost in the entire nation. 4-time world champions. Oh my goodness. Well done. Well done to France. We are the world champions. And what a way to end the entire series. What a way to end the entire FM22 cycle. So happy. Where do we go from here? Well, retirement. It has to be. Let's have a look at the profile before we do, though. I'm actually not going to retire on screen. You know what? It will be a retirement, but I'm not going to do it on the screen. We're just going to leave it in posterity as it is. Just leave the save as it is and just retire off. Walk into the sunset and hopefully come back for FM23 fresher than before. Thank you all so much for being on this journey. Not just the World Cup journey, but the entire Unemployed to Legends series as well. It has been one heck of a ride. What was my reputation at the end of all this? 85% and 4.5 stars. It's now a 4.5 star reputation. So happy with that. Wow, what a way to go out on this series. France, world champions. Unemployed to legend? You know what, I'm going to say with that World Cup success, I am now a legend. I've won a major trophy. The major trophy has been won. You don't get any better than the World Cup unless people consider the Champions League to be better, but that's debatable. But from unemployed to legend, I'm going to consider that a success. Thank you all so much for watching this series and this episode. If you have enjoyed it, if you've enjoyed the World Cup success, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button. I will be back hopefully for FM23. Hopefully before then I'll also reveal my plans as well, what I'm going to be doing for the next game cycle. But I thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support on the series so far. I say so far, thank you for the support on the series full stop. And I look forward to seeing you all for FM23.